So the iPhone XR is one of those iPhones that just keeps coming back into my head every time Apple releases anything new for the most part, even a new operating system like iOS 16, but even smaller things like iOS 16.2, maybe a newer budget iPhone, things like that. It's always crazy to me to see how this iPhone holds up because this is not a new iPhone anymore. This is an older iPhone, but it is still an iPhone that I look at and that's still fairly popular for the most part that I actually love. Now, one interesting thing, Apple's press release of this iPhone and back in 2018 kind of showcases some very interesting highlights. I mean, Apple A12 Bionic chip, 6.1-inch display, 6 beautiful colors, Face ID, whatever. I look at basically their press releases now, and although they are more focused usually on the cameras, it's very interesting to see how this type of body, this type of design is still kind of there from Apple in some ways. I mean, you look at the notch of the iPhone 14, not the 14 Pro, but the 14, that is still there on the iPhone XR and vice versa. The body of this thing is still pretty decent, and honestly, with all the leaks and rumors of the iPhone SE 4, it's looking like Apple is probably going to recycle this type of body and this type of design on those iPhones. So that's another pretty crazy thing of probably what's going to end up happening here. Now, another thing I want to throw in here is the price tag. Right now on Amazon, you can buy a bunch of these iPhone XRs for $230. This is from, Amazon's renewed store. And for $230, you are getting an iPhone with a fairly decent chipset. It's not the latest and greatest, but it definitely gets the job done. I think I've had a pretty decent time with this type of chipset. You're getting a pretty okay display. It's definitely not the greatest thing in the world, but that body, the performance, the smoothness, and the iOS updates that you're getting frequently makes this thing a really decent deal in my opinion. I've also seen a lot of these phones go for less than $200 all over the place. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if in the next few months, if you're not able to get these things for maybe $120, $110, these things have been going down in value quite a bit. So I will tell you that's probably a big thing to keep in mind there as well. Personally, when I use my iPhone XR and I pretty much do anything with it, it's very surprising to me how this thing has still held up as well as it does. Now, looking at the future of this iPhone, I would assume it's probably going to last probably another 2 years. I think within that 2-year time frame from now, we're probably going to see the iPhone XR probably getting its last update on iOS 17 or most probably iOS 18. So ultimately, I think the iPhone XR is still a very, very good phone. Even though it's not necessarily the newest iPhone anymore, I still think it's a really good value for sure if you're planning on picking one up. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.